the Keyboard Warrior and hope you're all doing fine. LMGs have always been in the non-meta bracket for the last few years, but in Black Ops 6, LMGs actually perform well. The problem is that people don't really want to explore this game. They don't want to try out new weapons, they don't want to do anything new. They just want to run the same old ARs, the same SMGs every game. So here's the thing, LMGs are actually good in this game if you know what you're doing and if you have a proper build. So without further ado, let's check this out. If you're a fan of the iron sights, go ahead, use it, right? But if you want an optic on this one, I would recommend the OM392 Hollow. This is by far one of the best optics in the game. Try it out, alright? Try it out. You can also change the reticle and see what works best for you. Now, an optic is something that depends on personal preference, right? But this is the one that I love using. For the muzzle, I would recommend using the compensator or the ported compensator, right? Both of them give you vertical recoil control. This one gives you a first shot recoil control as well. It's pretty nice, but this gun does not really have that much of a kick. So I would say the compensator would actually work just a little bit better because of the extra vertical recoil control that you'll be getting with it. Right, so next up is the barrel, and I would be going for this one, the reinforced barrel. It gives me damage range and bullet velocity. Alright, for the underbarrel, I would recommend having the vertical foregrip, or you can have this one, the Ranger foregrip. Now this one unlocks later on, so initially you can go ahead and use this, but I would recommend using this because of the sprint speed boost. This is only for people who are planning to run around with the LMG, alright? Like me, I always prefer moving around the map. I just cannot sit at one place and camp for the rest of my life. I just cannot do that. If you want to run around with an LMG, I know it's slow, but if you still want to run around, this is something that you would need. However, if you wish to stay at one place, not move around too much, you can definitely go for the vertical foregrip. Alright, so the next up is the magazine, and we don't really need magazine over here. 100 bullets, absolutely fine. If you want to go ahead, boost your reload speed, you can use this one, but I wouldn't recommend. 100 bullets is fine, right? Rear grip, I would normally go for this one, the commando grip, and the reason is for the sprint to speed. As I said, I love moving around the map. If you wish to stay at one place, the quick draw grip is better for you. It gives you a decent ADS boost, but this one over here, the commando grip, it gives you sprint to fire, which you really need if you're moving around, right? I love to move around, so I'll be using the commando grip, right? You can also use this one, which gives you slide to fire, dive to fire speed. If you love to do all those crazy omni movement, so you can use this one. I prefer using the commando grip, right? For the stock, I would recommend using the light stock, right? Because of the boost that you get for movement and strafing speed, right? So yeah, the light stock is absolutely fine. I wouldn't really recommend a laser, but if you still want to use one, I would recommend the target laser for the aim walking steadiness. Now this is something that you need because in Call of Duty you would normally shoot while you move, right? So unless you're a pro camper, you know, you wouldn't be like staying at one place and shooting all the time. So if you're moving around, target laser absolutely fine for you, okay? And lastly, we have the fire mods, and I would recommend having the recoil springs. You can use the rapid fire, but the downside is that you lose out on a lot of recoil control and damage range, which is pretty bad, to be honest. Right, but you can definitely use this. I've tried it out. It melts enemies like crazy. If you're not good at recoil control, I wouldn't recommend using the rapid fire, right? So just be on the safer side, use the recoil springs. Alright, so there you go. That's the build that we are using at the moment. Alright, so if you don't want to use the laser, you can go ahead and add a magazine. You can extend the magazine, or I would recommend having the fast mag for a better reload speed. 75 bullets, absolutely fine, but I love the 100 bullet mag, so yeah. You can also go for the 150 bullet mag, right? So, but you would have this increased reload speed, right? So yeah, there you go. And for the perks, I am using recon with this. Now you would be confused about why I'm not using enforcer, but because recon, that gives me that flash, you know, when the enemy is behind you, you get that flash on your screen that lets you know that the enemy is behind you. So yeah, recon works well with LMGs, but as I said, I'm more of a run and gun type of a player, so this one would also work well for me, right? Yeah, enforcer, right? So that's it. That's my build. That's my build for the XMG. If you love this video, go ahead, give it a like, and if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again in the next one.